ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready, Teresa. Yeah. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure that you all have joined this session. Um, I will share my screen and we'll start with some of the very cool tools that we have to share with all of you. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So, today we are going into the topic of AI in education, benefits, risks, and best practices. So, if you all might know me or not, I will give a brief intro about myself. My name is Vibhuti Gupta, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Data Science in the School of Applied Computational Sciences at Meharry. So the outline of my talk today I will start with overview of AI in education and its applications in the education domain, benefits and risks, and then we go into a hands-on session for some of the AI tools demonstration that I will show you that can help you in many of your day-to-day tasks when you are teaching classes. So as everybody know, how do we define artificial intelligence? It's a buzzword nowadays, but we can say in a simplest manner that artificial intelligence is something to design intelligent machines to mimic whatever humans are doing, uh, uh, the machines can do. So to define that, we can say that it describes a program or a system that can effectively address real world problems in a human-like way. So some of the applications that we can see nowadays for AI systems is basically in the variety of industries. Like it can be useful in economical forecasting, in healthcare, definitely. We can deploy these methods or develop these methods to for early prognosis, diagnosis, and analyze the treatment effects for variety of diseases. It has applications in education industry also to basically design the lesson plans and assist teachers to educate their students, then in transportation and finance. And these are some of the major domains, but there are a lot many other domains where AI systems are being used nowadays. So in the education industry, what are the major applications of AI? We can sum them up by these specific points. So AI can be used for learning process personalization, which is something that every student have different needs whenever you are teaching specific courses. So those needs can be automated using the AI tools. So AI tools will basically analyze the students' performance data and then come up with a plan how to design the plan for a specific student, and that can be personalized and varied from each student. AI can be used for tutoring. We have a lot of different type of tutoring tools which are completely automated, and might not need a human for assisting students in their issues. Then for grading, it can be automated using AI tools. Then for the feedbacks, so each student will basically reach out to different to their professors and teaching assistants to get feedback on their performance. But AI tools has the capability to provide immediate feedback on the student performance, and they will be very detailed as well as meaningful. Writing. So writing is a very critical component in any of the course design, but AI can assist students in how to write effectively, what will be the strategies to write effective technical articles, and even for the publications and the research articles. Then curriculum design. Um, it's very effective in defining your syllabus, your lesson plans, as well as the different academic activities that's required in a specific course. Then for the administrative workflows, it's a really good tool to basically help in the enrollment part, and then different administrative tasks can be automated using these AI tools. So there are a lot of applications in the education industry for AI. However, these are some of them that can give you a brief idea about that. So this is a small video that will demonstrate some of the recent applications of AI in education. So I will play that for you. Can everybody hear that?
Not yet, Doctor.
No, we can't hear anything.
If you'll stop sharing, Dr. Gupta, and then when you click the share button, there should be a little check mark that you check for audio.
Yeah. When I click on the screen, include sound. Okay. Yeah. Is that audible now?
Yes, yes, thanks.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence, AI, is increasingly becoming one of the disruptive factors in the educational business. AI in the education market was predicted to rise to $10.38 billion by 2026 by 45.12% annually. AI edtech startups are attracting millions of dollars in funding and millions of users. Now is the time to discuss the transformations brought by AI in education. Personalized learning refers to a variety of educational programs in which the pace of learning and the instructional approach are optimized for the needs of each learner. The experience is tailored to learning preferences and the specific interests of different learners. AI can adapt to the individual pace of learning and can consistently offer more complex tasks to accelerate learning. Thus, both fast and slow students can continue to study at their own pace. Adaptive learning is perhaps one of the most promising areas of application of AI for education. It is assumed that artificial intelligence in schools can track the progress of each individual student and either adjust the course or inform the teacher about the material that a given student has difficulty comprehending. In this regard, it is also worth mentioning some intelligent tutoring systems. Proctoring, AI-powered protecting systems come to rescue. Proctoring or proctored test is a mechanism to ensure the authenticity of the test taker and prevent him/her from cheating via a proctor is present during the duration of the test. Student enrollment. Over 85% of college presidents confirmed in a McKinsey & Company report that enrollment numbers are one of their key issues. The COVID-19 pandemic has been an undeniable factor. Almost 50% of students report that they don't enroll due to emotional impact. 30% say they can't afford it. Implementing AI in the enrollment process leads to the number of students rising and the university expenses going down. Upskilling processes. The AI algorithms implemented in a learning experience platform, LXP, or learning management system, LMS, can help such individuals. They analyze skill sets, match them to the requirements of the open positions, highlight the gaps, and suggest training to boost the chances to continue the career path at their learning institution.
Okay, so this gives you a brief demonstration about the applications of AI in education. Now I will give you a brief demo about one of the tool that's being used widely in the classes for basically the uh, artificial tutor for the students, and it's called as Zil Watson. So this is a small demonstration for that tool, and then we move forward.
Hi, my name is Vrinda Nandan, and I'm a research scientist with the Design and Intelligence Lab at Georgia Tech. Today, my colleague Saloni Shah and I will be demonstrating the capabilities of Jill Watson, an artificial intelligence virtual teaching assistant. Jill answers students' questions regarding course syllabi within minutes, offloading mundane work from human TAs. So far, Jill has been deployed on educational platforms such as Piazza, EdSTEM, and Slack. In the future, we plan to extend the capabilities to additional platforms. The current Jill Watson has been trained on data gathered from previous years. The data consists of a set of frequently asked questions about course syllabi. Jill's responses are based on course description, such as syllabus and schedule. Now I'll be showing you a demonstration of its capabilities on the Piazza platform. I'll begin by joining as a student for the desired course. In this demo, Jill will answer questions related to the Knowledge-Based Artificial Intelligence (KBAI) course syllabus. Every time a new post is made by a student, the Jill Watson answering script is triggered. The response time is about 1 minute to 30 seconds. Here are some questions that demonstrate Jill Watson's wide range of question answering ability. First, about submission. Hi Jill, when is homework 1 due? As you can see, Jill Watson was correctly able to respond to this question by saying homework 1 needs to be submitted by 0906. Next, academic integrity policy. Hi Jill, what is the GT honor code? Jill describes the academic integrity policy in her response here. Jill also answers questions related to office hours and late work policy. Next, we will show you how a question related to course description is sent live. Let's say about schedule. Hi Jill, when will exam 1 be available? The student can post the question and wait about 30 seconds. As expected, Jill responds with the correct date and also provides details about the syllabus, grading, and available resources. The student is able to provide positive or negative feedback that helps with future training. A yes response gets recorded as positive feedback in Jill's database. She acknowledges with thank you for your feedback. Student feedback helps with future training. Inadvertently, Jill may miss some questions initially, and that's where retraining comes in. In this iteration of the course, Jill was originally unable to answer specific questions related to grading. Those missed questions were added to Jill's training dataset, and Jill was retrained. Using this post-trained model, Jill correctly responds to previously missed questions. One example is demonstrated here. Hi Jill, what is the grading scheme for this semester? And now, as you can see, Jill correctly responds to this question as well. That concludes our demonstration of Jill Watson. Thank you so much for listening.
So after looking into this demonstration of a virtual teaching assistant, Jill Watson, you can see that how it saves time for the faculties within the education system. That there are a lot of repetitive questions from the students about the courses, and that can be easily and immediately answered by this teaching assistant. However, this tool is not free and open source, so they have deployed it in some of the LMS systems, but not in all of them. And might be there is a license associated with that. But this will give you a brief idea how these tools can help in the education industry in like assisting faculties in a lot of different applications. Now we will move into the next part of our talk, which is the benefits and risk of these tools. So as we have discussed, there are a lot of benefits of these tools. This can help educators in lot of different tasks like defining the course plan, defining the syllabus, assisting the students in the variety of problems. But definitely it's a benefit because it will save a lot of saves a lot of time for the professors, as well as it will basically automate the repetitive tasks that you have to do in your day-to-day life. Then about the speed, because it's not always possible for the educators to respond to the students at the same point of time because of their busy schedule. So these AI tools can help getting those responses faster, and also the feedback about the students' performance. Also, if you can consider in the grading part or any specific questions for the syllabus, that will help. Then this will also individualize and personalize things for in the education domain. So as an example for the individualization, if a specific assignment is in a language which cannot be understood by the student, it can be easily translated using these tools to get an idea about that. And also personalization, as we have seen in the previous slides, that it will personalize the course content according to the students, and it will adapt the learning of each type of student within the class. As the final benefit, we can say it will enhance the engagement. As you can see that after COVID, a lot of classes become online, and it will be very hard to engage students in that specific classroom environment. So it will basically engage students in the variety of tasks within the course. However, every technology, whichever come in the past, has risks, and we have to understand what are the risks associated with these tools. The first is the most important, which is bias and misinformation. So these tools are basically trained on the data which is being provided to them. However, that data could be biased or have errors. So the outcomes of these tools could be biased and might have errors. So we have to make sure that the information that's being produced by these tools are reliable and trustworthy and should be fair. Then the student cheating. It's basically a risk in the education industry that students can get the answers for the homeworks. They will not use their mind in or the critical thinking for the problems to solve. However, they just get the answers from these tools and apply that to submit. So there is a risk of student cheating uh, for using these tools. Then isolation. Now, when the students are using these tools, they are interacting with kind of a bot or some software. And this will basically not have a human touch. So they might be more reliant or dependent on these tools, which will affect the, the classroom environment, and they might be feel isolated sometimes. Then equity issues. So not everyone has access to these tools, or might be they have a laptop or computer. So that might discriminate people based on that. And we can say that this might raise an equity issue. Then privacy concern. So when you are dealing with these tools, you are sharing a lot of information. So there might be privacy issues of misusing that information and being public. So these are some of the risks that we found in using these tools in the education system. However, we have to make sure that we make a balance between the benefits and risk. But what will be the best practices to implement these tools in education industry? So keep the human in loop. So remember that these AI tools are not replacing human. They are assisting humans, whether that's in the education industry, in healthcare industry, or in any other industry. So we have to make sure that the teachers should be a part of this process. It should not be completely isolated, or the students should not be completely reliant on these tools. These feedbacks and the outcomes should be reviewed and be taken care by the teachers. Then choosing the tool. So whenever you are choosing a tool for assisting yourself, it should be user friendly. Like you can easily understand the tool and easily understand the outcome that's coming and whether it's reliable or not. So you have to test that tool on your own before implementing that. Ensuring the data privacy. So we have to make sure that we should not share a lot of information with these tools that might lead to some privacy issues in the future. And then provide equal access. So we also have to make sure that all the students will have access to these tools, or whatever the way it can be provided to everyone. It should not be for some of the students within the class and some of them are lacking that. So these are some of the best practices, although it's not completely covering everything comprehensively. But the one thing we have to remember that always keep human in loop. Otherwise, there will be a lot of risks in using these tools in the education system. Now, since I don't want to bore you with a lot of lecture content in this session, I would like to go and see some of the tools that are available. I would not say that you have to use all of them within your classes, but you can use whatever is your preferences according to your courses. So we will go into some hands-on session on some of the AI tools that are available. And these tools are available free for everyone, so we might not have to take a license for most of them. So I have listed it down, some of the tools here, starting with Po, which provide you access to a variety of chatbots. So chatbots are basically a program that's being running to do a specific task, and that can basically mimic the human response. So as you know, there are a lot of tools already available in the market. Starting from the chat GPT, there are multiple versions came in, and then Google has released many of them like Gemini, uh, and all those. So Po basically comprises all those chatbots that's available, and you can customize them, use them according to your preference. So you don't have to go into different websites to use different chatbots. And you can also create your own chatbot according to your requirement. Then Send Steps is another tool which is helpful in creating interactive presentation. So you can just write it down, the title of your presentation, what you want, and it will create a set of slides for you that you want for that topic. And you can easily edit or modify those presentations and download that on your system. Durable is a tool for website building. So it can quickly create a website for you on any type of content you want. Magic School is very good for lesson planning and lot of other tasks that we will look into the demo session. Gemini is from Google, which helps in writing, planning, and learning. And then VideoGen is a tool to generate a video out of the topic that you want. It basically goes into the internet, searches for the specific type of images, and generate a video for you very quickly for any type of topic you need. So we will go over into the demonstration of all these tools with a brief kind of showing you how some of them work. So I will stop sharing the slides and we'll go back to my browser. Okay, so we will start with Po, and actually the link for each of the tool is within the slide, if you can see, and you can type in like po.com, and that will give you a screen like this. Usually for these tools, you have to register with some of your ID, which is kind of Gmail or anything, and you can easily access them from there. So as you can see here in the home screen, you can see a lot of official chatbots, which include GPT-4, Gemini, even like ChatGPT and multiple versions. Some of them are for images, a lot of large language models. Many of the official bots are here. Then there are some of the bots that's been created by the users for the specific tasks, and they just release that here. These are some of a lot of bots here that's being created by the people for specific tasks. So I will start with a small demonstration from, let's say, a. with the GPT-4. So I will click on GPT-4 here, and this will create a new window for me where I can interact with this GPT-4 tool. So this is the OpenAI tool, and it's stronger than ChatGPT in quantitative questions, creative writing, and many other challenging tasks. So let's say I will type in here to let's say give me introduction of AI in education, and I can click here or press enter. 1 second. Press enter. Okay, so GPT-4 is paid, so I think there are some of them are paid, so we will go back again. I think this might not be a good example. Not even this. So let's click on a simple one like assistant, and let's try to write, give me introduction to AI in education. So this Poe assistant will give you complete description that will help you in like assisting you in writing, although everything, what is the source of these tools is basically still they are being trained on a lot of data from which they will generate the responses, but not every response can be reliable, or they might be like we never know like from where they are coming. So we just have to use that, but might edit it on our own to get that better. So let me say I will give the generate, um, give me recent papers on AI in healthcare. So let's say you have a topic and you want to get some set of papers for that. So I will press enter here. Yeah, so this gives us some of the relevant keywords based on that, but it didn't give us the proper references for each of them. So when we go into the Gemini tool, I will show you how it will provide that. But let's try another query. Give me references um, for papers in AI in healthcare. So this gives us some of the platforms, but didn't give me the exact references. So I will give you the another example using the Google Gemini tool that will give you a very correct set of references that you can validate for the task that you want. But let's see, I would like to use this bot for creating a lesson plan for a specific topic. I will also show you some of the other better tools than this, but let's go with a specific query. So create a lesson plan for the topic AI in education. So as you can see, it provided a title, then grade level, then the objectives, duration, materials, procedure, then some of the other things, applications and benefits, ethical considerations and challenges, group activity, then conclusion, and this gives you like a brief idea for the specific topic, how to create a lesson plan. But there are much better uh, tools that will create an exact lesson plan that will be like if you will create your own. Yes, Teresa. Yeah.
Dr. Gupta, if you forgot to ask it for something, but you want to keep this that they've given you, can you modify your ask? Can you edit your ask?
Like this one?
Without starting from scratch? Yes.
No, we can't modify it, but we can copy it and again have to write
And then
here.
paste it and then
Yeah,
add.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Let me see if it is. No, it is not giving me the option to modify the ask. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are there any tools that are trained on different disciplines, like biochemistry or neuroscience, that sort of way, discipline, trained in a particular discipline?
Yes. Yeah, that's a great question. We have tools that are specific for the medical domain also, like MedPalm. But that those tools are not like a specific chatbot that you can directly interact with. Right now, they have generated it by using Python. So Google has released that tool that is specific to the medical domain, and you can actually go into the specific type of disease and question and ask questions related to that from those tools.
So what is
That's
it
called as
called?
MedPalm.
So what is it called?
MedPalm.
Pica? Is it PICA?
Yeah, I will type in here. Let's
Okay.
ask from the assistant also. So what is MedPalm? It is called as MedPalm. Uh, oh, this one is not giving. Why? It's called as MedPalm. Okay, this one is not giving us. Okay, but it is a tool released from Google. If you can simply Google that, it is called as MedPalm. And
Okay.
let me check on here. This is better. Like this is the tool from Google. So let me write it here. What is um, yeah, so MedPalm is a medical large language model which is developed by Google, and these are some of the like it is having very impressive performance on the medical licensing exams that they have tested. It is
Right.
designed to assist medical professionals for like assisting tasks like research, answering patient questions, and summarizing medical data. But it is still under development. So those are most specific to the medical domain. Yeah.
So a lot of these tools will require either a subscription, right? To
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah.
use.
Yeah. Some of them require subscription, but many of them are open source. Like this one is kind of does not require any subscription.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. So let me go into the home screen and show you some demonstration of an imaging bot. So let's say, okay. So create an image of mm, AI. Let's say a simple one, AI. Something you can even create whatever you want to, but it will generate the image and give you something like that. If you don't like that, you can actually change your prompt and give a better one to generate. So create an image on AI in healthcare. So this also might not be a very good one. Um, let's go with the simple ones. Create an image of classroom. So something like that. So you can this will basically being trained on the images, and it will basically capture those images and generate that for you if you want. And you can actually save these images or share if you click on share and something like copy the share link, and you can basically open that in a new window. So let's go again on the home screen and check some of the other tools. Let's say this one is another bot, which is Mr. Teacher GPT. I will help you learn anything you need help with. I am your AI teacher. So let's say give me ideas on cancer. Let's say. So this might not be the best description of that, but it gives some ideas of any new concept that you want. Uh, yeah, but it's specific. So whatever the query you are writing, that also the response also depends on that. So better the query you frame, the better will be the answer. I am just giving some of the very raw examples. That's why it might not give you a very good answer for that. Let's say, give me ideas on skin cancer diagnosis. So this gives you like key steps for the skin cancer diagnosis. Your doctor will examine any spots, um, something like that. Yeah. So this one is basically another chatbot. But if you want to play with Poe, there are a lot of chatbots that you can use for different applications. I will not go over to everything. Let's see if there is something else. PowerPoint designer. Um, okay, so this one. This is called as PowerPoint underscore designer. So can I clear this one? Delete. So give me PowerPoint on AI in healthcare. So this gives you some brief bullet points on each slide and along with the title. But this is not fully comprehensive. There is another tool that I will show you on Gemini for the same query and see how it provides you. So these are like all the slides being generated for this specific topic, and then Q&A, and then you can add your graphics and everything. So let's copy this, give me a PowerPoint and go to Gemini tool and try this here. Give me a PowerPoint on AI in healthcare. So this tool will, this is basically developed by Google. It will also give you the graphic along with the slide design for everything. So you can see that slide one, the title, the speaker notes also it will generate, the images it will take. You can download these images also and even change these images also. Then all the slides, everything here. So once you go into the end of it, you can basically share and export button is here, which you can click and download all the images or export to docs. And you can even share that to anyone. Then it also gives you a very good thing, which is double check response. So if you click here, yes, Teresa, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Britt had a question in the chat that said, can evidence-based information be extracted and provided?
What I didn't understand. So evidence-based, like what could be some examples of it? Yeah.
And Dr. Britt, if you don't mind coming off mute.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Rita. For example, evidence-based models for practice in my world be public health interventions for addressing diabetes in a particular population.
Yeah.
Can if that specific request was typed in, provide evidence-based model for intervention of uh, diabetics in rural communities. I mean, that's real specific, but even if it was broader, I mean,
So evidence-based model for interventions for diabetes
and you can say African Americans.
in African Americans.
Yes.
So it provided some response like this and also give you the references. Let me check how you can.
And so the references then could be verified, or if they're not an open source, if we could even pull them from our library,
Yeah,
from online. Okay.
definitely. So you can see that for Gemini, it will give you multiple drafts. So for the same information, there can be three versions of it, which is different. If I basically modify this query and say like, give me uh, references, might be for, let's say, this thing. So
Okay.
if you click on the sources, you can get like from where this information is being taken. So you can easily do that. Uh, the Gemini has this thing like if you click on here, this will give you the source for something, but it's not. It it basically gives the set of references that you need for the specific task. Let me.
And Dr. Gupta, did you say that this Gemini is free? This is Microsoft product. Did you say it's free?
The Gemini, the basic version is free, but if you
Okay.
want to take the advanced thing, then it is paid. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
This is from Google. Yeah, Gemini.
How do you, I mean, how do you verify that the information provided is scientifically accurate?
Yeah, so that's a big question, Dr. Mocha. It is like I only found in Gemini tool, which is released from Google, and they have the option to check the reliability of the information. So you can see that whenever a response is generated, they are also collecting data whether this is a good or bad response, and also give you an option to double check the response, which basically validate whether it is correct and authentic um, by checking the references from which the information is taken. So I think some of the tools have this capability, but not all of them to check where the information is coming from. Yeah, to check the reliability of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's one of the risks that we can say from these tools. So let's move into the next one, which is send steps. Um, Let me just sign in with my Gmail on this one because there are a lot and okay, it's not letting me in. So let me sign up here. Sign up with Google. Okay, so this is a tool for generating the PowerPoints, which is much better than what we have seen in the other tools. So let me find a topic like create a presentation on AI in, I will change the topic like healthcare or something. So I want to create a presentation, and you might create a quiz using the send steps, but let's see the presentation. The next, it will give you option for the language. So let's say English. The next, tone of voice. So what kind of presentation do you need? Let's say I put neutral for now, and then choose the best title for your presentation. So it will give you some options. So let's say I say the third one. And you can also write your own title instead of using all of these that's being recommended. Then click next. And then it will give you what kind of presentation you need, like summarized, informative, or detailed, and also by the time. So let's say I want detailed. So I click on detailed and then generate my presentation. So this is, I think, better than the previous tools that I have shown you to. This is specific for PowerPoint slides or presentations. But this is having a paid option also, and one is the basic version is free.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. I wanted to ask if you find out that the information that you have received from these tools is obviously inaccurate, is there a way that you can uh, assist to update the information for accuracy?
Like, can you repeat your question?
If you find out that it gives you an obviously inaccurate answer to a question or to a certain question, is there a way you can update the information so that it is accurate? Is there maybe a place where you can write
Yeah,
to
like,
tell them that this information is incorrect?
okay, yeah, great question. So basically, as I said, that for using these tools, we cannot be completely reliant on them. We still need a human eye whenever we get some outputs out of these. But we cannot change the responses that we are getting. If we find that it is not correct according to our review, we can actually report it to the company about that. That's one of the option, but we do not have a capability to change the responses that we are getting. We can only use our own critical thinking to update that information that we got. So we cannot blindly use whatever we are getting out of them, these tools, but we still have to review them on our own to check the authenticity as well as like making it kind of before presenting to someone. So let's say for this one, I have got a PowerPoint for AI in healthcare. So you can see this is the outline slide being created. Then some more kind of a whole presentation. Yeah.
Thank you.
And do most of them, Dr. Gupta, most of them have the thumbs up, thumb down if you think the information wasn't good? Do most of them give you that option to at least
No.
say?
That's
Okay.
only the Google tool that gives us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's always a risk. Before using this information directly, we have to check that on our end. And for each, like you can export these slides to the PowerPoint, and you can even add questions on the slides. Let's say here, add a question. So kind of like quiz, multiple choice, word cloud, some of the other open-ended question, and that will automatically add on the slides for you. So I will not go into those details, but does this give us an option? I think this, yeah.
I had a question. So does this thing, I guess, can be downloaded as a independent of the portal, like a separate PowerPoint document, which can be shared or converted to PDF and used for sharing?
Definitely, yes, it
Okay.
can be.
So
Yeah.
other question I have is more technical, is the response question. If we have responses or if we have document, how can it be validated that this is coming from a AI generated? Is this AI generated or it has been student generated through
Yeah.
critical thinking and reasoning?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So there are some of the tools, I might give you the names later because I have to check that. That can
Yes.
check the information that if you can put in, and it will automatically tell you whether it is coming from a specific AI content tool or from the own. So it can automatically validate that. But I don't know the name of that tool, but there are tools available for that, for checking that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And Dr. Gupta, before you conclude, we have our IT Vice President on the line, Mr. Charles Cooper. So we want to just give him any chance to say anything to the group or any IT concerns or what anything you want to say about this AI usage.
Sure. So from my standpoint of like my point of view, I would say that uh, as I said, that there are risks with these tools. So we always have to not trust them directly from whatever we are using. We can use them to speed up the process of teaching, but definitely we again have to have an eye from our own to review the information whatever we are getting out of these tools. Like as I said, the information might be biased, it might be error prone, it might have copyright content or plagiarized content. So there are a lot of risk, but when we whenever we download anything or the content that we got and when we review on our own, we always have that for any information we get out of these tools. Yeah. And there is a probability of security and privacy, so we don't have to share a lot of information when we are dealing with these tools of which is sensitive or related to a specific project. So let's say if it is a NIH project having an IRB and lot of kind of HIPAA regulations or restrictions on the data, we cannot directly put up in these tools because that will not be good. Yeah. So we always have to be very cautious while using these tools on the specific task. Yeah.
So my
Mhm.
question is both for Teresa and you, uh, that are we going to have these tools available to staff and faculty to play with?
Yes, so whatever the tools I'm showing you, those are freely available. So if you go back to my slide, I will share those slides also. They have the link for each of them, and you can play with that by opening and trying with different prompts. Yeah,
And
some of them.
those tools were emailed to all faculty too. Maybe 2 months ago when we went to the TSU Innovation Center, but I can resend those links too. But everything that Dr. Gupta has shown us is on the internet and it's free to you for you to use. So you can log in and use it at your leisure.
If you can send those links again, that will be useful.
I
Sure,
sure will.
I will. Okay. So I will briefly go into this magical school tools, and I think we are out of time, but let's check one of the most relevant that we can. Um, Multiple choice assessment.
I think we are
Uh,
going to need another session, I guess, right?
Definitely, yeah. There are a lot of things to cover in 1
Yes.
hour. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. So I will just go into a simple one, a multiple choice assessment, kind of check for which level you want, like university, 5 questions, a topic. So generate a quiz on AI in education, let's say, as an example, and click on generate. So I just asked them to generate a small quiz of 5 questions, which is university level, and it will generate a multiple choice questions for quiz for you, and then it will give you the answer keys too. But this is not the only tool which you can use. You can even use the Po tool that I told you. you can type in that prompt and you can even generate the quiz there also. And like you can use whatever is seems to be a very good for you. Yeah. Even
I
in
have a,
Blackboard, I think we have this functionality. Yeah.
Mhm. I have a
Yes.
quick question. Say,
Mm.
starting from scratch with the prompt is a good idea, but if we have an existing document in the PowerPoint, we can that be fed for modifications? Like if we have, say, some document that is already created for a subject matter, which say uh, glycolysis or sugar metabolism or diabetes or something. We just wanted to get updated or modified with
Hmm.
the new information that might have been added in the field within few months or whenever that was created, like to keep it updated. Is that a possibility?
I think it could be a possibility, but I have to look into that option. I haven't tried that before.
Okay,
Yeah. Mm.
okay, okay. But thanks for bringing the informations.
Yeah. So for this one, once you check, there are a lot of options like creating lesson plans, rubric generator for your courses, text summarizer, uh, letter of recommendation. So a lot of things. You just have to like play with these tools to get more information because there is a lot of information to cover in one session. However, I will go into my last one, which might be very interesting to see. So this is for video generation. I will just go briefly into that. Continue. Okay. So here, let's say I want to generate a short video. So generate a video, make a video about AI in healthcare. So I will describe whatever I need, and then what will be the duration. You might create longer videos, but that needs a subscription. Then the writing style, let's say professional, and generate on here. So it created the script already here. Click on the generate to generate the video. This one is something like not completely free. It needs something to upgrade, but I think the basic version you can use. So this basically generated a 1 minute 30 seconds video for you on the topic AI in healthcare. So if I play it here, you can see how good it is. Yeah.
And we're not hearing the audio if there is any.
Yeah, so this is the script here. You can update your part if you want to. You can also update the images here. So according to your video, and it will generate a video for you, definitely for any topic. So I basically covered some of the tools in this short amount of time. But if we, if you have any questions or we need another session for going into details, we can take that. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gupta, for everything that you've showed us. And yes, we'll get on your calendar for another session. It would be nice to get a session on videos and maybe the magic school tools, just those
Yeah.
two things. So does anyone have any last questions before we close out?
I think I'll say one or two sessions, maybe two sessions.
Yes.
Okay, so if you can provide some of your requirements, like what topics do you want to get covered, I can choose the specific tools for that. So that might be a better way of being redirected to your requirements, and that will be helpful. Yeah.
Right. And so if you email me those topics, I'll compile them for Dr. Gupta and give him one big list. So anything you would like to learn more about, email it to me. I'll get it to Dr. Gupta and we'll schedule another session. We try to keep them 12 to 1 because we know that's your lunch break if you're teaching. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Thank you everyone for joining.
So Teresa, remember
Yeah.
that everyone is thinking the same like you, 12 to 1.
Okay.
Pre-clerkship meetings are held 12 to 1. Our departmental seminars and
okay.
journal clubs are 12 to 1. So I actually have two things going on at the same time.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. So if another time would be better, is a 4 o'clock time better for most people?
Yeah, for me, it will be better, yeah.
I didn't know if you were teaching till 5, if you're teaching, I didn't know if that went
Yes.
to 5.
Oh, yep, that can.
Yeah, so, or maybe there's a day. Is there a day that classes are not held? Are they held on Fridays?
Oh, they're held every day.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll figure out a good time. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Gupta, and we will meet again.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great day. Yeah.